Traditional documents of the past, visions of a new century, our history, and the future of Korea all come together. The memories of the ancestors' splendid history and culture live forever in the stacks of the Jangseogak Archives. The Jangseogak is the fountain of creativity for the upcoming Korean wave. With our renowned researchers, in-depth knowledge, and cutting-edge technology, the Jangseogak opens a new future. The history of the Jangseogak began in 1908, when, toward the end of the Joseon dynasty, Emperor Gojong planned to construct an imperial library. Born was the Jangseogak, the future of traditional Korean studies. Since its founding, the Jangseogak has discovered numerous rare books and has thereby become the center of research on the Joseon Royal Archives. As such, Jangseogak stores more than 120,000 individual sources, including the royal genealogies of the Joseon dynasty, the king's own writings and calligraphies, the scroll of the 20 meritorious ministers' oath-taking ceremony, paintings depicting court life at the royal palace, and novels discovered in the Naksongje Library, which were avidly read by women at the royal palace. The splendid documentary heritage, which has survived wars and calamities, are now being reborn as the fountain of creativity by researchers of the Jangseogak. Since its founding in 1978, the Ancient Document Research Branch of the AKS has searched and collected numerous rare documents. In the last 40 years, the branch has collected over 300,000 pieces of old documents, resulting in the publication of 120 volumes of the collection of old documents. The Jangseogak also holds many newly discovered pieces of Korea's national treasures, such as the Hymn of the Moon shining on 1,000 rivers, the statutes of the Zhejiang era, the world's only remaining complete copy of one China's legal codes, as well as various writings and diaries that portray the lives of Joseon literati. What we have seen in these old documents have inspired our current generation to create new contents. The Jangseogak has the established procedures of receiving donations and deposits to preserve old documents held by private owners in and out of the country. Once properly processed, these once private documents will be made available to wider audiences all over the world.
그 장서각에서 하는 여러 가지 행사나 거기서 보존하는 방법 뭐 이런 보존 처리실 이런 데 가니까 그야말로 믿음이 가고 아 여기다 보존을 해야 되겠다 하는 감이 딱 오더라고요. 연구 시설이든지 연구자들이 많잖아요. 예, 그래서 글로 보내게 된 겁니다.
The growing number of old documents stored at the Jangseogak Archives will transmit our history to the future. It will be a repository for unlimited inspiration. It will link the past with the future. Jangseogak strives to maintain old documents in good condition for later generations. However, some of the paper-based documentary heritage from centuries ago are subject to decomposition. The Jangseogak restores damaged old documents closest to their original forms by reviving traditional techniques in a modern, scientific way. The first step is to investigate the reasons why the documents were damaged. Then, after cleaning the pollutants in the damaged documents, they are split up for reinforcement. Once the reinforcement is complete, we attach it back to the original replicating traditional methods. Once the preservation treatment is complete, the documents are placed into a box made of paulownia wood and stored safely. The precious documents of the past are given a new lease of life through the meticulous process of restoration. The materials stored in the archives have been microfilmed and digitally scanned for preservation, and they are accessible online or in the archives reading room. And the regularly held special exhibitions and permanent exhibitions offer great opportunities for the public to enjoy Jangseogak in person. As well as continuously sharing its resources with the public, our Jangseogak holds academic seminars and workshops, offering opportunities to junior scholars and sharing them with the global audience. Old documents have narrowly survived wars and calamities for a long period of time. The most important mission of the Jangseogak is to contribute toward the development of Korean studies by preserving and researching those precious records. The history of Joseon has now become an integral part of modern life in Korea. Everyone now has easy access to the royal documents. At the Jangseogak today, more than 30 PhDs and 50 experts illuminate the values of its documentary heritage through interdisciplinary researches. These great achievements would not have been made were it not for those who work at the Jangseogak. Their confidence, dedication, and passion have made the Jangseogak as it stands today. As the hub of Korean studies all over the globe, we will continue to preserve those sources which have endured 1,000 years. For such purposes, we will adopt cutting-edge technologies with great enthusiasm. An infinite repository for Korean studies. Jangseogak.